everyone, welcome to my channel Ash Books. My name is Ash and I'm going to talk about the book that I just finished reading. I had mentioned earlier in my previous video that I'm into this classic reading phase, and the book that I finished just now is Persuasion by Jane Austen. And the reason why I picked this book is obviously because of the Netflix series that is just out, and I wanted to first read the book and then watch the series. So in this video I'm going to tell you about the book that I just finished reading. I'm also going to tell you whether I like the Netflix series or no, and the most important question, whether Persuasion is better or Pride and Prejudice is better. I know this is a $1,000,000 question. Now, coming to the story of Persuasion, it's a very mature book, I feel, because the heroine or the protagonist here is a 27-year-old woman. So her name is Anne Elliot and she belongs to a very aristocratic class. Her father is very snobbish, and her elder sister is also very snobbish. She has a younger sister who is full of vanity, and she's almost hypochondriac and almost into herself. Anne is the one who is, I must say, sound-headed and very mature for her age. So when Anne was 19 years old, she fell in love with a man who did not have any social status compared to her aristocratic roots, and that is why she was persuaded by one of her dear friends to not follow through with the engagement, and she broke up with that guy. Obviously the guy felt jilted, and now 8 years later this guy has come back into her life as someone who has a lot of status, respect, and meanwhile Anne's fortunes have fallen in the sense that her father is in debt because he's quite boisterous and has spent money without thinking. So now the social situation is such that they are brought together time and again. So what are their feelings? How is Anne confronting her feelings with regards to this guy whose name is Captain Wentworth? It's very interesting, it's very mature, I like it. But if you asked me to compare this book to Pride and Prejudice, I'll definitely say that Pride and Prejudice was much more wittier. I felt the romance between Elizabeth and Darcy was quite smart. Elizabeth as a heroine was quite smart, but Anne is more of melancholic sort of a person, which I kind of didn't like. So yeah, I would definitely prefer Pride and Prejudice over Persuasion, but nevertheless this book is also very good. Now coming to the series, well, I DNF'd it because I think the creative liberty that the makers of the movie took, that creative liberty was too much for me, because they have made this kinda melancholic, serious novel into a humorous one, and they have changed the scenes, they have changed the plot to a certain extent, I believe. I DNF'd it, so I don't know. I DNF'd it into, like, I was 40 minutes into this movie, I guess, and I could not take it anymore. So that's about it about Persuasion. I'll try to keep the video short as I had promised earlier. So I'm new to YouTube, and if you like my channel, if you like the content, please do subscribe to my channel and comment below if you have read Persuasion or are planning to read it. The next book that I'm reading in classics is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and I'm planning to read it soon so that I can come up with